Ayodeji.
Hi, I'm Kachie.
And welcome to The Square, a podcast where we have honest conversations about life, pop culture, and everything in between with casual conversations from a global perspective.
That's right. So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you rate, review, subscribe, and share. And make sure you let people know how awesome it is.
All right, let's get into the episode. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Hi, guys. Morning, afternoon, evening. We're back again for the season finale of season 3, The Square. I don't know, do we need like an applaud thing? Can we give us an applaud thing? Thank you so much. You get so many things to get into, but you know, it is what it is. I'm here with Kachie. She's looking nice as usual. You know, she went to do her hair, went to do many things. You know, thank God for her life. Kachie, what's up?
Listen, I cannot come and kill myself. A wise prophet once said that. It's somewhere in the Bible. Thou shalt not kill thyself, but thou shalt enjoy. Have you ever seen that before in the Bible?
I saw you enjoying this weekend.
Listen, in this life, you have to just make do with. If life gives you lemons, what is lemony?
You didn't leave much to the imagination. Clearly, you were having fun.
I not? Clearly, you were entertained. Period.
That's insane. Don't drag me into this, please. I'm just a spectator of social media things. Don't drag me into this. I'm just saying that you were outside having fun. I was at home.
I had a good time. No, there was a lot to celebrate. My cousin even got married. So shout out to the married people.
Your cousin got married?
He got, well, traditionally. It's not official, but it's official.
How old is your cousin?
Old enough.
I'm only asking because they've been begging you for some time. When will you do your own? You have been playing.
Right to the game.
That's crazy. That's crazy. We have to clip that. Married to the game is crazy. Of all the games you're married to, is this dead game? No, that's insane. Kachie's married to the game. Shout out to Kachie, bruv. You know, niggas, slide into the DMs. God. Things are happening there. The game is the game. Yeah. Anything you see, don't complain. That's just fine. Take it like that. All the bad characters and things, embrace it. It goes twofold.
All I'm saying,
I was having a conversation with my friend, and I put it on the group chats. But essentially, right, I sent them a clip of a guy was explaining something, and he was explaining why men don't go to marry and settle down with 10s and 9s. They want to marry 6s and 7s. And we said that, and this was I just sent it, and it started a conversation in the group channel, and men do not actively pursue 10s and 9s to get married. They want to marry the 6s and the 7s. That's hence why most of hence why the babes that are remaining on the streets now are very, very fine, but they are very, very single. Right?
Why is that though?
In the video I put up in the group, the yarn that a baby that's a 10, number one, she knows she's a 10, and that's already a problem. She's high maintenance, a lot going on, a lot of attention, and it's just active. It's too much stress, right? You don't want to get on that. He said that 9s, probably 9s is that half of the guys who talk to 9s tell her that she's a 10 because they're trying to get some. So guys are blowing smoke up her ass, right? Yeah. Like I said, 10 and 9, because they are literally right next to each other, and the what you use differentiates, someone's 9 and someone else's 10. It's more or less the same problem. Overall stress and just, high running costs, right? So the guy was saying just to run it is expensive. Now, he said that 8s are ideal. So an 8 is ideal, right? But the problem with an 8 is that, again, still very high up in the threshold, and she doesn't have that level of awareness of the game. What I mean by that, her pretty privilege is still fairly high. She still has that social capital, that sort of social mobility, and she still gets a lot of benefits of being a very, very fine babe. Obviously, not to the same extent as a 10 or a 9, but the 8s, but obviously like the babe that's an 8, very, very fine. Obviously people are on that, but you can still make your way. And so if you get an 8, sure, run it. But say the 7 is really fucking ideal. Doesn't get that pretty privilege, full stop. She looks good, but she's not the finest. She's aware of this, right? So she's on her Zoom. She's, chasing the bag. She's working. She's doing all these things. She's making things happen. And then he was like, and if you, again, insane video, I'll send it to you. And he was like, I'll send it to you. And the guy was like, that if you choose her, she would be, and his words, not mine. I didn't say this. He said she would be happy that you chose her because of how the dynamics are. And I was like, this is so insane.
That is
I don't
insane.
know if it's true, but
Thank you for choosing me. So she's a
no, that's
light-hearted
what
pick me.
I'm saying. Some extent, yes. And I was like, this is crazy. So I just put on the group chat and they were like, yeah, that this is that they said that, oh, that everybody knows this. That how don't I know? It's like I've never heard of this before.
I
That
have
like
not.
literally, and I was like, that's crazy, So that was a crazy
Mm.
thing. So yeah, so
It's
men
a
are
crazy
marrying the
thing.
sevens and the
I
sixes.
need to
Man,
whip my calculator up now and find out what my number is clearly.
that's insane. I can tell you off air, but I can't tell you on air. I'll tell you off air.
Tell me up there. Yeah. I need to
I'll tell
have
you off, but I'm
some.
not gonna tell you here. That's nuts because there'll be proof that I said that. I don't want no
Yeah.
proof. Okay, but yeah, that's separate conversation. But let's just sort of get into it. You guys, lots has been happening in Nigeria, the world, in the last couple of days.
Mama.
So insane, so much material. We have chosen the ones that we felt were appropriate. Is appropriate the right
Discussable.
word? Yeah,
For now,
discussable.
yeah.
Yeah,
Discussable.
for the time being, right? So let's
Yeah.
just sort of get into it. Okay, you guys are back again. So we're about to hit it with the central square. So many different things. But the first thing, most interesting thing, what I'm most interested, but the thing I found the funniest, right, is let me read the headline to you. Right. It's a funny headline. So the headline is Kwam1 versus Value Jets, an unbiased road to accountability. And that's sort of the article I'll sort of link into the show notes. You guys check the show notes out, like, subscribe, follow us, all that good shit. But
Yes, sir.
this literally this article is in the show notes, and essentially it's just looking at sort of the both ends of this Kwam1 thing. Now, if you're living under a rock and you don't fucking know what that's about, essentially, long story short, a passenger. So this is big picture stuff. A passenger was trying to stop a plane from taxiing and taking off, and he was obstructing the plane with his body, right? And there was a whole thing. There are clips. It's insane. But the backstory is essentially is that he had a bottle filled with some kind of substance. Some people said it's water. Some said it's alcohol. I don't know. I wasn't there. And they didn't want to let him fly on the plane with it. So they asked him to come off the plane, and then he was upset. And then he tried to stop the plane from taking off. The plane did take off. There's a little meme how he dodges the wing of the plane.
The plane almost took off his head, but yeah, that's
Literally,
fine.
the plane almost took off his head. Like he could have, if that plane wing had hit him, he could have died. It's so insane. I even saw on TikTok on one white boy thing. I was just guy looking and said, the guy doesn't even know what's happening. He was in shock. He thought it was not a real video. So very nuts, but that's neither here nor there, right? So yeah. And obviously his name is Fuji. Well, no, that's not his name, but he's a Fuji music legend. His name is Wasiu Ayinde Marshall or Marshall. I don't know how you want to pronounce it. Marshall, maybe since he's Nigerian. Catchy thoughts.
First of all, that man ducked. He ducked a wing. Do you know what it is to duck a wing of an airplane? Like, there's so many things that you can do in life that will make you sit back and think and say, wow, I did that shit. And I don't think this is one of them that you should be proud of, because you put people's lives at risk. You put your own life in danger. God forbid if he actually died. And this guy is a legend. Imagine, of all things to kill you is Value Jet's wing. So like you would not rest easy. If you think about it, it's like you died by a wing. Okay, cool.
No, it's insane.
So
it's insane.
I honestly think that he would have handled this differently, right? I feel like he was just coming off of like a lot of stress. Maybe he even had an event the day before. This is early in the morning. People are rushing to get to work in the morning. That's why they caught that very early flight. And people don't always think about the situation and how their reaction can actually escalate the entire thing in an instant. I feel like at that time he was not thinking. He was just on about, as much as we can do that whole "do you know who I am?" The do you know who I am characteristic can be there, because genuinely he's a legend. Everywhere he goes, Baba, Twale, all that kind of shit. Right. We get that, we give you respect. But then again, it's early in the goddamn morning. Some people don't really care that you're who you are at that time, because you've accomplished your own shit. They're trying to go accomplish theirs. So you're doing all that is messing up their own timeline. And then you're not even respecting that in the first place. So he didn't think about the consequences of his actions then. He was just being very selfish. That's what I think. And his selfishness would have actually put his life at risk. So you're selfish, you put your own life at risk, and you didn't care. It was just a no all round, because he would have handled it differently. Even if it was so rebellious, it would have been rebellious to a cause that people would even still be on his side. But he just did what he wanted at that time.
I mean, I agree with you for the most part. I think that, we need to lean into this big manism perhaps a bit more, because
Big manism.
I was telling my mom that if I did that, I would go missing for like 2 days. Nobody will hear from me for like 2 days, right? Like, you can't do this. This is someone who is old. I think he's a grandpa. He has children, grandchildren. He's well traveled. He's gone over the world for leisure, for work. You're not gonna do this at Heathrow. You're not gonna do this at JFK. Why are you
Exactly.
doing it at Nnamdi's Azikiwe? Very, very strange. Very, very
Well,
bizarre.
very
Because I don't know what, like, did he think? Because I don't know. It was giving, let's say, a downfall hits your car, and like you then you saw them from running away. You can't stand in front of the car. Like, that's what it's giving. It's giving.
very much
I don't
giving
know,
that.
just someone that's just not aware of where he is, because you can't do this anywhere else. Why are you doing it in Nigeria? But my thing
Nigeria.
is, like I said, that happened. Widespread social condemnation. The Minister of Aviation comes out, tweets, says, oh, everybody's wrong on all sides. Blah, 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 blah. He goes home. His family releases a statement saying that, oh, it wasn't alcohol in his bottle, it was water, cool, whatever. Next day, he released an apology video, says he's sorry to the president like 4 times. The president was even there, no idea why he's saying sorry to the president. Said sorry to the airline, the pilots, air hostesses, that, oh no, he's an ambassador of Nigeria, he's sorry, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the aviation authorities are investigating. They've put him on a 6-month no-fly listing. Can lose money, lost love, repute. It's just insane.
How is he going
Insane.
to go for his weddings and stuff? That's what I'm thinking about.
Or use bus now, or
There's
you drive to
but
Benin and take plane.
kidnapping people, allegedly. Like, there's things on the road that happen. There's this recent video that even came up about now, like this no, he's not a taxi guy. All the smaller buses, right? Definitely part of. But the funniest thing is that I'll show you that video later in case you haven't seen it. They kidnapped at least, like, let's say 7. I can't remember the exact number, but a few people from that bus. And when they were even asking the guy, like, he was just like, I does not know what happened though. Like, he literally looks like a culprit, like he planned the whole thing, but that's alleged. I don't know. So imagine, even if he's carrying security now, before he could just buy a flight very quick, even if it's red eye, jump in, jump out, move city to city, state to state. But now he has to call for Mopo. He will call for the Mopo's Mopo. He will call for the head of security just because he wants to move. So there's more. His pocket's gonna hurt a little bit.
I mean, according to the criminal code, obstructing an aircraft is a crime punishable by up to 2 years imprisonment. It's not in prison; it's at home chilling. There's some kind of apparent investigation, whatever, right? And now, I want to really move on, because, like, at this point, I don't care, because we know how Nigeria is and how they treat celebrities and people of consequence, quote unquote, in the country. They get special treatment, get soft landing. Cool. We have flogged the issue, right? Sabi, we flogged this thing, right? Good. Okay, cool. So now the next thing that's more important to me, which I think is also very interesting, is this is also coming from the Punch. I think this thing happened today. I don't know. There was a lady. Her name is Comfort Emmanson,
aka MMA.
I don't even know how to. I don't know how to describe her own. I can read to you what the airline said, right? I can tell you what the airline said. The airline said that she was asked to put off her phone, as they were trying to take off, because we're flying from Uyo to Lagos. She refused. The pilots had to make an announcement before she finally did it. I think it was the person beside her who, took her phone and asked her to switch it off, right? Bear in mind that the original message for her to switch off the phone came from one of the cabin crew people. She took off, whatever, flying. Now, upon arrival to Lagos, apparently she waited for everybody to disembark, and then she went to the original air hostess who asked her to switch off her phone. And then, essentially, right, she walked up to the air hostess, stepped on her and tore off her wig, removed her glasses, threw it on the floor, and just sort of used her own footwear to assault the air hostess. She slapped the air hostess, and other crew members who tried to stop the incident. She was just dishing out slaps. Apparently she moved the fire extinguisher, tried to use the weapon to fight, and they said she damaged the plane. Yeah, so she was just fighting on the plane. It was insane. There are videos, she was fighting on the plane. The air hostess from the video seemed very calm, called security, and security came and bundled her out of the plane. She was quickly, very fast, this same day, carried off to court, and was remanded in prison. So she's going to be in prison
Very carefully.
so fast, so briefly, And for me, the reason I said overflog the first one just because I feel like there seems to be a continuous expression that justice, or not even say justice, let me say prosecution seems to follow those who do not have affluence and influence, right?
Yeah.
This lady's in prison, Kachie. She's gonna be fucked. She's like
For
one
that.
they put her on the no-fly list already. This all happened today, this morning, between this morning to now. She's no-fly list. She's already been taken to court. She's in jail. Her life is gonna be so crazy in the next couple of weeks and months.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that what she did was right. Obviously, what she did was crazy. Fighting an air hostess and damaging the plane is crazy. But why wasn't K1 given the same treatment? Right. Why is it that justice is only, again, and I don't want to use the word justice, but it seems like as if they only prosecute poor people or people who are not as affluent
Apparently,
as
who
others.
are not up there.
Right.
I honestly don't get it as well, because clearly, like, even if it just kind of shows also how the Nigerian government is. There are ways that they treat things that it's just like they do it in your face so much. It's like, okay, do something now. This is what we're going to do. This is our own choice. And you just have to be there and watch. Because
Yeah.
there's another way that they can handle this that we don't have to talk about it this way. Like, it's so goddamn clear. This babes thing didn't even have to happen for us to have clear disparity. So it would have been different if it was just K1's thing that happened, and then we're still asking ourselves questions.
Yeah.
Oh, are they
But
going
they
to do
happen
this? Are they
literally
going to
like a week of each other.
back
Yeah.
to
Within a
back?
week.
And then this would have been one point in time where the government always has, you always have choices. There's always options, and there's always the situations that will give that. Okay, let us prove to these people that we're not just whining you people. We're actually putting our feet down and doing good stuff. This is literally one of those alignment periods where it's like, hey, do something right, do it well, but you're still seeing the same disparity to the extent that higher ups, people in government, political people, hashtag Peter Obi,
Your
people have
friend
to
Peter
speak.
Obi tweeted about it. Your friend Peter Obi tweeted about it. But unfortunately, in his half and half way, I was
He's
telling
not
you
your friend
earlier that
again.
I mean I think
I thought
my
you liked what he
friendship to
said.
him, it goes up and down, right? Because I just don't understand, right? Because Peter Obi does his usual social commentary, and
Yeah,
he says, oh, he's condemning the dehumanizing treatment, and he
yeah,
mentions Miss Emmanson by name. He puts a picture in the tweet. He says that, let me see, he says that, yeah, that there's double standards in our lives and the inadequacies of our various security operatives in acting decently and in a civilized manner. Right.
man.
I'm looking for the exact way he coined it. He said that, I don't even know how he did it. The point is that Peter already mentioned her by name. He
Yeah,
referred to an incident by name, but the K1 incident, he just said, oh, it's unfortunate. There's someone else, who the same thing happened to, and nothing happened. Why
if the
can't
shoe
your
fits.
man name names? Like, why is Peter Obi pussyfooting around the situation? Thank you, pussyfooting
He's not
around the situation.
pussyfooting, right?
He is.
It's not like the situation is such a sensitive topic, but then again,
So why didn't he say the
you have to,
person's name?
because people have to learn to choose their battles. If you want to, it's not even not battle in that sense, but you have to choose where you're giving your energy to. He will
Kachie, he
still,
literally said that it is unacceptable that she was
yes,
hurriedly taken to court and remanded while
yes,
someone who
uh-huh,
visibly
he,
held a plane from
uh-huh,
taking off and put
yes.
hundreds of lives at
If
risk is
the
still at
shoe fits
large.
now,
Who
if
is
the
the
shoe fits,
someone? Name names.
if you don't, if
Anyways,
you know, you
see,
know.
let's
If you don't
not.
know, oh well.
I don't know. I'm trying to steal your thunder. Peter Obi, you're not happy with that. You need to come strong. If you want to come strong, come strong. Don't pussyfoot.
Choose your
Please go on, Kachie.
battles,
Fight
Ayodeji.
every battle at
No,
100%.
fight every battle, yes, but choose your battle. Choose how you dispel your energy,
Please
because
go. No, let's leave Peter Obi to one side. It's fine. You
okay,
go. I'm listening. Sure.
okay. Like, no, in my opinion, with him, or you want to leave Peter Obi out of it. You don't want me to talk about
I
it
mean, you
again.
can mention it, but I just think let's just focus on the issue because he's a distraction at this point.
I think, yeah, it's just like a repetition of what I said with your reaction point. First of all, we don't know what she was going through that day, right? So, okay, so when I was coming back from Abuja this weekend as well, there was this girl she sat in the wrong seat, right? And
Good.
she was right beside me. And
Good.
she was, I don't want to profile her, but she already just came in. She had a weird energy already. Even when I was about to sit down beside her, the way she looked at me, like, I was even like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Because I always just like have that default of doing that, whether or not to say
Sure.
anything back to me, personal problem. So as I sat in there, turns out that was not her seat. And
Sure.
the owner of the seat came. And the owner of the seat even had a worse attitude than her. Because she literally was like, you're in my seat. Not even,
Sure.
oh, please, I think you're in the wrong seat. So what the girl even now did, quick defense. She did not even say, oh, are you sure? She said, I don't, literally verbatim, I don't understand. And she's even in the wrong seat. So I'm saying all that based on, we don't know what's her name, Emmanson? Emmanson? What?
Comfort Emmanson.
Sorry, Emmanson, Comfort, right? We don't know if she was not in the best mood that day. Something might have happened to her. I'm not saying that she should now put bad energy and transfer it on the rest of the cabin crew. Not a nice thing to do. She might have been
Okay.
having such a shit day. We don't know the backstory of it. However, it is not a justifiable reason for her to have acted out that way. Whether or
Sure.
not she was upset about something, there are ways to talk about it. Nigerians like to, they can do gragado before violence ensues. And Nigerians love to scream. They will scream and shout. They will shout, oh, you're stupid, you're mad. They will say all that. She should have stuck to that, to releasing her energy rather than getting physical. Because once there's violence, you have lost the fight. That's
Yeah, I'm with you on that
yeah.
100%. I think that
Once
when you
once
start to
she did,
slap people, you lose every battle. It doesn't
and
matter
now we're in this
what you're going through.
digital generation where even if you're doing like this and the camera moves, they can easily say, oh my god, she attacked me, and that alone can get you into trouble because they saw you on camera. Talking of
Yeah.
them actually getting you tapping somebody's face, like, bro, your wig is off, your teddy was out, bro,
No
it's too
comment on that, but
much.
sure, Kachie. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
bundled out, and
it's
her outfit came undone, and just it just like
it's I
it was
felt
very
sorry for
graphic. It's
her.
what happens in Nigeria. So when they
Yeah,
say if you've ever seen police bundle somebody, like I was talking to my mom, said
yeah,
we need
that
to have
wasn't nice.
handcuffs. Like we need like a
Yeah,
handcuffy
that
thing,
was not nice at all. Like I
you
don't
know.
think it was such a bad issue for them to, even if they wanted to carry her out, there was ways that they could still do the bundling. They do this type of shit in the clubs all the time. They didn't need to be exposure there. Talk less of your exposure on fair hearing,
I mean,
all these things, and now
she
she's in
wore a
jail.
bodysuit, and I think it came undone. I think that was the thing why it
Because she
came
was
out.
bundled now. She, even if they wanted to bundle her, they would have just been pushing her from the back or something. Why
That
they
bundling when they hold your trouser, that one is okay. You need to carry your legs and
you
carry your
don't
arms
need
like
to
as if
carry,
she's
like, bro,
cargo.
like, even if she was being, as in, they literally cargoed her off the plane. That was
That's
extra
funny.
to me. Like, they really didn't
It's
need to
insane.
handle her like that,
Insane.
regardless of if she was being violent. If she wasn't, she wasn't even necessarily attacking the security. That's all she would do is shout, shout. Oh no, don't touch me, do not, But so they would have at least tried to not do that. But they didn't even listen because all
No,
in
they
all, oh
didn't.
my God, let's just protect the hostesses. And I wouldn't want to say that she didn't get what was coming to her, because maybe if she didn't do that, they wouldn't want to, do that based on her actions. But they would have definitely, they didn't need to do that. It wasn't
I
so
just,
necessary.
like I said, I feel bad for her because once again,
Yeah,
just some people get punishment, some people don't get punishment. She
absolutely.
is in prison. She's going to be there. She's not coming out. She's going to use her as a scapegoat. We love a scapegoat in Nigeria. It's giving Animal Farm, right? All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others, right?
It
Like
really is. It
that
really
is the
actually
rhetoric.
is
Like
giving
she is fucked, and we
everyone,
all of
right?
us know that she's fucked. Like
She's
we know,
fucked.
and it's so sad.
Bro,
Meanwhile, K1, not happened to K1. K1 released his apology video. He's in his house, chilling and vibing, eating jollof. You
bro,
know,
she can't leave the country.
no, she's fucked, bro. I said it's too bad. I feel for her in the perspective of that they're going to use her to teach everybody a lesson, but what she did was insane, and she didn't even clock that. Oh my gosh, this K1 thing. Let my village people not use me.
Like, bro,
Let them not
please.
use me for. And now they're gonna turn it into some kind of meme, like how they turned K1 to a meme. They turned the whole him dodging the wing into a meme. She will turn it into a meme how they dragged her off the plane. That's the new meme. You know,
I
someone
love
be
your new
lifted
me.
out.
Thank you, Kate.
And it's fucked up, man. But obviously, shout out to them. I hope that the right thing gets up, that justice gets served, and I hope that particularly with K1, I hope he gets charged too. You can't charge and leave the other one. For me, Try the two of them. Let them both go and cool off in Kirikiri. I don't know why one person is
They
better than
could
the other.
bond over their violent tactics, see how else they can
Facts.
disrupt the
You know,
economy,
they are
it's
both criminals, but
see
that's
how
neither here
much
nor
they
there.
can defy gravity.
Yeah, literally, that's neither here. But yeah, those two stories closely linked. Let's see. We'll keep monitoring and see how that goes. Okay, you guys. So we are rounding up with the season. Like I said, I'm gonna ask Kachie a couple questions because she's our lovely new face and she's had a feel of what's going on here. So yeah, Kachie, how far now? What's up? How's it been? How's it been?
It's been lovely. I love being on your ass. It's beautiful stuff, I just love, being Deji's up. It's like a blessing.
At
It's
least
dedicated work. And you love it too. So hey, tit for tat. Love you too. Yeah. I've literally just had a great time and it's been beautiful so far. Great topics, great conversations, great energy, even with the guests that we've had. Like clearly with you guys listening, it's been some good shit. So yes, I've had a good time so far and I'm happy.
okay. Which episode did we do that surprised you the most? Either content or guest?
Definitely pleasure politics.
Sure.
Yeah. Or yeah, like it wasn't surprising because I was more surprised that you agreed to do it. And we know, you know what I mean? Because I
I
mean,
don't know what you mean. No, you're talking about. No,
people
you're
are
talking
listening,
about.
like if you know Deji, you know what I mean.
Sure.
But if you know, let me leave it at that. But yes, I was actually surprised that he agreed to it. It was actually really like forward on it and all. And we actually executed it and so well too. So yeah, that one definitely caught me off guard a little bit, but I was happy how it turned out and clearly it did very good too.
And I think same-ish. I did like that one. So
Yeah.
fair. What was the most challenging episode to record and why? I know the one, but I forget the name. But I know the one.
I wouldn't say challenging. I would say challenging for myself because I felt like I learned a lot. Normally, like even if I would come on the episode, I'll talk my shit. Like on the episode, obviously I still spoke, I still talk my shit, but I felt like I was learning even more than I was speaking, and it was that politicking one with economics. There was a lot that you guys were spewing out besides his own, career path, what he was doing, and all that, and I just felt like I was learning a lot more. So it was challenging for me to say, let me keep asking my questions because I just wanted to keep listening and keep understanding rather than just getting back and forth and whatnot. So yeah, that was tricky, not necessarily challenging. Right.
Cool.
But what do you think?
I was gonna say the one that we had the 1 million technical difficulties that your thing kept disconnecting.
No, like yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, I think
if
that
it's
was
challenging, yes.
I think
Yeah,
that was
plenty.
probably the most difficult one because like
Village
so many
people
back
are a
end
lot.
issues.
They just village people were in Lagos. They didn't tell
I
anybody
don't
they were
know why, but my
here.
thing was working. So why is it your thing that wasn't working?
Do you think they come for you all the time? They attack what will attack you. That's what they do, and then it
Sure.
affects you. So it still affected you, but it was indirect. So see,
Okay.
wise, and they're international now. Why can't they give? Why is there no flight ban for village people?
They use broom. They can travel at night.
They just London. Oi, mate. Go on.
And in terms of redos, edits, is there any episode that you would want to perhaps do again, and what would you change?
No, I like the energy we poured into each and every. I like the surprise factor in each and every. I like the oh my god, Kachie's crazy kind of factor in between. I like the Ayodeji and shit factor in everything. I know. I like how everything has been. It's played out really nice and naturally. The most we can do is do them better, not redo them. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say that I think I would have liked you to have been on the last episode, the one with Kitty. I think you'd have liked Kitty.
Yes, actually. I come to think of it, yeah,
that's
in
what
that
reminded me
sense
that I would
that
want to add you to some of them that I did by
yeah,
myself.
yeah. In that sense, yes, that and even the Ebon Yele one as well, because obviously I would have liked to
You would
ask
have
some
loved Ebon.
questions and
Ebon is
whatnot.
great. Ebon is
Yes,
great.
I definitely. So in that sense, definitely that.
The
Yeah,
best.
if not, yeah.
The best. Shout out to Ebon.
Shout out to Ebon.
What topic sparked the most debate between us off mic?
The great education. I was waiting for the great education debate, which I won.
I don't know about that, but sure.
I agree to disagree, but I agree to agree. Yes,
I disagree completely. I won, but
What's my business? Anyway, yes, the great education debate, skills versus degrees. I think people love that too because and that's very factual. That's so applicable in so many for years to
Sure.
come, honestly.
I
And
mean,
besides how
sure.
things are
Why
changing,
not, Kachie? As I said, yeah, of all the ones that I mean, I guess that could be maybe off camera instead of who won. How could you have won? But sure,
so
right?
you're
No
sticking
problem.
to who won. Do you see
Oh,
how
I won
Adam is?
100%.
Do you just see how this gender
Oh my
is? Like
gosh, please, why?
we skipped over who won a long time ago, and I answered your question, and you still went back to men and winning.
Was there ever a time that we totally disagreed during an episode?
The same, yes, we definitely totally disagreed.
Which one? I don't remember
The
that.
great education debate, yeah.
We totally disagreed.
Well, not totally is a heavy word like
I
hate.
don't think I liked your points. I wanted to be on your side
Yeah.
of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we. I don't think so. I think we just
I wanted to be on your side. I don't think we've had like a big like disagreement.
no.
Especially
We've
on
not
that
played
one.
that.
I thought that because
No,
that's a very big thing. I think we need more polytechnics. People should go and learn more things. Leave school alone, bro. Leave
yeah.
university. Go and learn some handiwork, you know?
I'll be
Feedback. What's feedback has stuck with you this season?
I don't know. I think us just getting better in or the show being a bit out there more. You know, people are
Yeah.
relating more with conversations. There's
Mhm.
the there's a intimacy factor in being relatable with what we're talking about. Maybe
Mhm.
besides the whole co-hosting factor, I guess, you know, once it's more conversational like that, it just allows it to be a bit more relatable.
Yeah. No, I think a bunch of
So
people
I
really
think
liked
that
it. I got a lot of people reach out to
yes.
me. And I
Yeah,
kind of
same.
liked, I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the last one is in one sentence. How would you sum up the season?
Bellissima.
That's
Sentence
not a
or not word.
sentence, but
Sorry,
sure.
sorry, sorry, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
sentence.
No, no, I told you I went to night school.
Allegedly, of course, but sure.
It's been a time, or a time has been had.
I think so. I think it was interesting. I mean, I don't have a sentence. I think it was interesting. I think it was long because like we're about to go on this like oh maybe I should even say that for later. But no actually I'll say it now. We're about to go on like a little bit of a hiatus. So I don't know when I'll be back. This is going to be back. I'm probably going to release some because we did the episode. I'm not going to mention it now. We did the episode with the guy. Yeah,
I was gonna ask that off
the
air.
one,
You did?
the one that I said you didn't want to do. We did it.
You did? When you didn't
Yeah.
say anything, I thought you did it. Oh,
Well, I mean, we did it, but like we haven't like done it yet, but we did it.
okay, I get that. Oh, you gotta give me the tea, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some like BTS stuff is gonna come out as well. But yeah, so I think that's going to be what comes out of. I guess just some of that last week. Like, no, I had a good time, good season 3. Learned a lot to bounce off of, and then looking ahead, don't know when that's going to be, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, just I guess final thoughts from me. Couples are coming out and some BTS, but like there's
Yes.
nothing like big. Everything that has to happen has already happened and recorded, and just be
Absolutely.
coming out later. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Really had a good time. Thank you, Kachie, for gracing us with your time. We do appreciate you. Brought a different
My
flavor
great.
to it. I would say that I had a good time. And I'll say you did
Pleasure.
really well. And
Well,
shout
listen,
out to you for the spaces. I feel like I should give you more props. You did really well with those.
guys, I
If you guys
love the
didn't know, Kachie is the one
spaces.
that was the brains behind our spaces on X, where we had very cool conversations.
Absolutely. I love the
So yeah,
spaces. I
thank you for
should
helping with those.
have mentioned that. You're very welcome. Listen, if there was anything, definitely the spaces, I love that too. I love people's contribution. I like the
Yeah.
fact that people were able to also, besides us pouring out, they were also able to pour into us. And just the
Vibes.
environment is just beautiful, right? Great vibes, great energy. And this is a better foundation besides all the other seasons that are gonna come up to keep building up on. So I'm very glad that I was able to be part of this, and it's been a pleasure.
Any final parting words before we go?
You gonna miss me, nigga. That's if I'm not even.
In
You can blink and I'll come back. Who knows?
a non-sarcastic way. I actually will. I think like I said, different vibe, different energy. But yeah, I definitely will. I think you were great. I think we needed you many times. You gave it because I don't know, I've been accused of being grumpy, but you're quite energetic compared to me. So
Absolutely. I definitely enjoyed myself, and it's been a pleasure. And I thank you for having me as well.
Facts. Thank you so much. Shout out to Fumbi in the background. Our great producer has been doing love gymnastics. Shout out to her. She's been great. Shout out to the media team doing really well. Michelle, Kosi, and the editing guys. Shout out to K21. They hold us down. Thank you guys
Yeah.
again. If you made it this far, we love and appreciate you. See you again soon at some point. I don't know
Yes,
when,
sir.
but watch this space, I guess.
Very soon. Watch this
Watch this
space. So very
space.
important.
You get watch this space. All right, no problem. You guys speak soon. Bye bye.